Hello, my name is Brianna Miners, and this is my American culture reaction video to the article Body Ritual Among the Nasarima by Horace Miner. The first thing that really stood out to me was that Nasarima was American, spelled backwards. I found it very compelling how this article talks about the American culture from an outside perspective and how it portrays America as if it was this strange, like, foreign culture. When this article describes their practices and rituals, it was pretty shocking. I also recognize some similarities, but it was definitely exaggerated. For example, holy mouth men and how they use tools like probes and prods to get rid of tooth decay and put magical materials in teeth twice a year are considered to be dentists, in my opinion. Medicine men come to jab magically treated needles into their flesh, which I would assume would be doctors, and have a temple in all the communities and their more elaborate ceremonies to treat very sick patients, and can only be performed in the temple, are considered to be hospitals in America. Also, household shrines and rituals are bathing, showering, as well as women baking their heads in small ovens seem to be considered like beauty salons. In my opinion, it was a very interesting depiction of America. This article kind of felt like it would be in like a high school history book talking about cultures and how strange their practices are, where in fact, from their perspective, it wasn't so strange after all. Um, Also describing a communication pattern, practice, ritual, or event in the culture I grew up in would be luau's. I grew up in Hawaii on the island of Oahu, and growing up, luau's were gatherings of people with lots of native food, like kalua pig, lomi lomi salmon, lau lau poi, haupia, and these would be, luau's would be to celebrate like a special occasion, for example, a birth of a child, especially also a big one is first birthday parties, a graduation, and weddings. And also more commonly known today, they're pretty much to entertain tourists. Traditionally, they use emus to cook meat, which are underground ovens to roast pigs, or they call it kalua pig. Along with these big feasts, these luau's included entertainment like lei making, singing, dancing, hula, chanting, and more of a Samoan influence would be the fire dancing. These traditions and events can be looked at as strange from the outside observer because of the exotic fire dancing and hula dancing, along with the Hawaiian chants can sometimes be a little intimidating. Um, However, luau's can be connected to the US cultural views and values um, by comparing them to American parties, like celebrating birthday parties, weddings, or even holidays like 4th of July or big feasts like Thanksgiving. They're all revolved around celebrating someone's birthday or marriage, or just people coming together for to celebrate like a national holiday. In fact, my uncle would roast our turkey in an emu for Thanksgiving. So it's kind of interesting how you could bring American culture and Hawaiian culture together for that. America is also super, culturally diverse, and depending on which state or part of the country you live in, they adopt different traditions. For example, in the Southwest, where there's a very large Hispanic culture, they have parties for girls that turn 15 that symbolizes them turning it from girlhood into womanhood, and they call them quinceañeras. And in fact, like most parties symbolize the same thing, but each culture pretty much calls it something different. The purpose and style of luau's have changed throughout the history. Ancient luau's were more of a formal event focused on traditions and ceremonies of that event. For example, like as simple as like launching a new canoe, or a battle victory, also a birth of a child, or to really honor like a Hawaiian god. Today, luau's serve as a party with entertainment like like I mentioned, lei making, hula, fire dancing, as well as eating local food and drinking tropical cocktails to tourists visiting the island. And as Hawaii, like tourism has grown, it's also become more commercialized, where hotels put on these events for tourists to really get the full experience. I believe these changes are beneficial to U.S. culture, as Hawaiian culture is, like, Hawaii is a U.S. state and is part of the United States. So I feel like it also benefits the Hawaiian culture by more people experiencing and embracing the Hawaiian traditions and the customs, like luau's. People coming together, celebrating, connecting, and sharing a meal is really nothing new. It brings people together from different backgrounds, and showcases, the different cultures and traditions, which I think is a good thing. And according to the author Dimple from Experience Hawaii by HawaiiActivities.com, luau's offer a taste of Hawaiian culture and history, but it also raises the challenge of maintaining culture integrity while creating a commercial appeal. In my opinion, sharing your culture is never really a negative thing. It's usually a positive thing. However, Western world always tries to monetize it, and that can be seen as a bad thing. But sharing your culture and getting paid for it, what's more American than that?